The meeting is being live streamed. And I want to say a wonderful hello to absolutely everyone. We're going around the room. Diane, who is in Pittsburgh, the founder of White Church Society. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the IBH Sister Sounds 8-Day Worthy Challenge. This is day number 2. We welcome Pauline Adeleke. I hope I said that correctly, Pauline. And Joy, thank you for joining us all the way from Florida. Pauline happens to be in New York. Our co-host, Sharon Magic Jordan, thank you so much. And Regina, San Diego is here with us again. I love it. I absolutely love it. Mr. Jason Hodge, thank you, sir, for being with us. And Lady Nevia, I have it right, Nevia, wearing her lipstick today, y'all. Wearing her lipstick today, and Nevea. It is gorgeous.
Nevea.
Yes, Nevea, thank you so much. And then we also have Miss Teresa Flats, who is the author of 7 Minutes. We do have individuals who are chiming in by phone and listening, so we welcome you as well. If you will, just like me, if you'll grab your device, and let's make sure that we're sharing on all of our pages. We're going to take a moment to do that. I'm going to pin mine to the I don't know what that was. I hope everybody's all right. Pin mine to the post. Welcome, Marjorie Patino. So good to see you from Arizona. We're going to send it, of course, to IBH Sister Sounds World so that the women and men who are global there can see this. Then as well, we're going to share to our page, which is IBH Sister Sounds Africa. That's right, we're reaching. There we go. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right, I'm going to put this right up here, keep it on mute so we can see. And hopefully Donna will be able to join us. If not, we know that she will be on soon. Let's get started. How's everybody? I hope everyone is doing well. It is so exciting to see each of you here with us today. Our theme for the IBH Sister Sounds 8-Day Worthy Challenge is, now that you know you are worthy, how have you grown? And we had a dynamic team yesterday. And Sharon, I know yesterday you shared a little bit. If you'll recap what you were saying yesterday real quick, then we're going to go right into listening to some of our key speakers this morning. And the idea is we want everybody to take notes so that if something resonates with you, you're able to speak back to that when we get around to you. We want everyone to participate. Sharon?
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Hey, Jason. Hey, lady. Hey, Regina. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Joy. Hey, Pauline. Hi. Hello. Well, I'm super excited. Hey, Regina. I'm so super excited. How have I changed? Oh boy, how has this changed? First of all, let me tell you, God had to work on my emotions. Let me start there first. My emotions. I had to learn to manage my emotions. I had to say, okay, Sharon, don't allow people's words to trigger you. That was happening for me. I'm talking about me. I don't know about you. I'm talking about me. I had allowed their words to trigger me. So that became what? Projective thoughts. What somebody else was saying, I took on for myself. Oh my God, I feel something already. Also, what I learned once I got myself in that place to meditate. I didn't say pray. I said to meditate. There's a difference in meditating and praying. So once you begin to meditate, you're just sitting in his presence. I'm not talking, but the thoughts begin to just, oh, you feel me, lady? You feel me, lady? What they said triggered my emotion. But the Holy Ghost said, vengeance is mine. I will repay. What do you mean by that, God? Vengeance is mine. Listen. He said, the vengeance is mine. I'm going to allow them, those, to watch you win. Y'all didn't catch that. You didn't catch that. You don't have to do a thing because I'm setting you up for success. Everybody on this line, I'm setting you up for success. So I had to temper my emotions. That's my thing. I can go on and on and on. There's a couple of other things. He works on my patience. Oh my God. I had to endure the weight of the weight. Y'all help me here. I feel something working on me now. I had to endure the weight of the weight. I didn't have much patience, y'all. I was anxious. I wanted it right now for right now. Why it ain't happening now, God? Why they still sick? Why they still this? Patience is a virtue. Okay. You better stop me, Anita, because I feel myself going somewhere here. I want somebody else to talk as well. So that was my emotions. That was my emotions. My patience. Here's the big one, everybody. I've grown when it came to forgiveness. I'm not talking about forgiving others. How about forgive yourself? Forgive yourself. Okay, here's another one. Forgive yourself and others aggressively. Go hard. Go hard. Nobody wants to forgive. How many people have held themselves hostage for so many years? Thoughts in your own head. Okay, ain't nobody but me and Regina? Okay. All right.
Oh, no, you know, it's plenty of us that have done that.
No, you've held yourself
this
hostage
is good. This is good.
in your own head.
Yeah.
You become a legend in your own mind. I'm going to land my yacht right there.
You know, I love what you're saying because it's real. Everybody has their own expression and what it means to them. But you were saying that projected thoughts you were allowing them to trigger you and trigger your emotions. But three key words or statements, I would say: don't allow anything to trigger you. And the only way that you can do that is to be honest with yourself, that if you know you're impatient, then you need to understand what it takes to exercise something that you already have. Oftentimes we will ask God for patience, and the truth is, He's not the author of fear or confusion, but of love, truth, and the soundness of mind. And that's why I was saying we want to use everyday practical language, because somebody is listening. They're in the office, in their office. Somebody's listening. They're on their break, and they need real-time words that can drive it home. You're in a high industry. And so you guys can have some background. She's Times Square in the industry of fashion, way up there, where there's all kinds of conversations and things that are taking place and opportunities that people are trying to jump over your head and get, or pull the rug from under your feet. So getting triggered is a real thing in the fashion industry. So let's bring some context to this. We're not talking about sitting behind some desk and you're answering the phone and that's good and you get to hang up. I'm talking about somebody right here, and right there. All right. And what I heard Sharon say, and by the way, we're going by first names here. All titles are dismissed because we want people to know we are people. People in leadership that have stinking thinking, people in leadership that are still growing, people who are prosperous, but have poverty or weeds in their garden, in their life somewhere. Let's do it real, or we're not going to do it at all. And then she said something so important. Learn how to forgive yourself. You know you cut up. You know you snap off. You know you justify what you just said because you think you're justified to say it.
That's right.
Come on.
That's
And
it.
she's saying that you've got to be honest with yourself to know that is, she said yesterday, Sharon said yesterday, it's not that I've grown, I'm growing.
I'm growing.
I'm growing.
I'm growing.
Things are still happening in me that are making sense that I still need to grow.
I need it. I need
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you so very much for allowing me to share, because I'm excited about what everyone else has to say, because I'm ever learning. And once you stop learning, then you die. Okay. Y'all gonna get used to me in a minute. They're gonna get used to me in a minute.
That's all
I
right.
keep it real. I keep it 100. Yes, we're in fashion. Yes, everybody fabulous. But listen, we want to heal. We want to grow. Everybody.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much. We're going to go all the way to New York again with one of our guests. We're going to go from Pauline to Jason, and we're going to hear what they have to say in this vein. I want to talk to you a little bit about Pauline. She believes, Coach Pauline, that is, believes that strength, cardio, resistance training, and calisthenics have not only benefited her body, but has been a catalyst in helping her maintain a strong and resilient mind. The mind, according to Pauline, is the body's primary operation system that regulates everything. There's no better way to take care of both the body and the mind than through making exercise a priority in one's life. I'm looking forward to getting back to that, Pauline. I cannot wait to hear you. And yes, we have to see your beautiful face, not that picture. Now watch this, guys. Using herself as an experimental study for over 60 years. And I'm gonna let her tell you how old she is, all right? Coach Pauline stands firm behind the belief that a person can will themselves into an early death or will themselves to good health and longevity through diet and exercise. Will you join me in welcoming Pauline Adeleke right now? Pauline, come on, we're ready to hear from you.
Can you see me, Anita?
You have to, we cannot. We saw you when you first came on.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness, see how beautiful you are.
Oh my goodness, Anita, I don't know what to do.
Okay, oh geez. All right, let's do this. I'll tell you what.
If she goes out and comes back in, it'll come in.
Oh, there it is. There you go. You're on.
You can see me now? Okay, great,
great. See you.
Great.
Yes.
Great.
So let's just give her the Queen's wave for those of you. The King just raised his hand. The Queen's wave, and say that we celebrate you. Thank you for joining us, and we're ready to hear who you are and kind of juxtapose for us as well, now that you know you are worthy, because there's someone in our age group. I'll celebrate 66. We got some gorgeous babies on here, y'all. We have from 70 to 66, 67. Come on here. We're looking good.
Oh, that is
share with us, how have you grown now that you know you are worthy, and tell us more about how you stay as beautiful as you are.
Oh, Anita, you are so kind.
Anita Willis, she's an author, and she has this lady on here. She's doing an 8-day challenge. So she has this lady.
And somebody needs to mute themselves, please, because we can hear you. Is everyone muted? All right, let's try it again.
Okay. All right. First of all, Anita, I just want to say thank you so much for allowing me to be in this company of so many beautiful women. I have received the energy from your first guest, and I am really feeling powered up. So number one, thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Number two, you asked, how have we grown throughout our journey? And I can honestly say I have grown in my divinity. I have grown in knowing that I am a child of God. And knowing that I am a child of God, there is nothing that I cannot do, even at the youthful age of 70 years young. So that's number one. I've grown in my power. I've grown in my self-confidence because when I was I've been exercising all of my life, but and my son lives in San Diego, California. So about 10 years ago, he said to me, he said, Mommy, you should really start putting yourself out on Instagram and Facebook and show women how they can stay fit at any age. Again, I had to work with the self-confidence because I was saying to myself, who would want to see a 70-year-old, hit it? But to my surprise, to my wonderful surprise, I was just blown away because so many women have reached out to me. So many women have seen the passion that I have for exercise, the passion that I have for eating healthy, the passion that I have for my mission, which is to let women know that once you reach a certain age, it's not over. And we have a big fight in that because the culture is against us. All we see in advertisements is youthful young women. Once you reach a certain age, 50, 60 years old, you are thrown under the bus because culture and the advertisement industry says it's over. You're useless. Why should we project you? So my mission is to tell the world that that is a lie. You have so much to offer. If you are blessed to be on this beautiful planet for 50, 60, 70 years old, you're only in second or third gear. You have so much to offer. You are a billionaire of wealth because of the experiences that life has taught you. So my mission is to get out there and tell women and teach women and show women that you can exercise, you can eat healthy, you can still be beautiful. A funny story, I was on Fifth Avenue the other day and I was waiting for a bus. And this woman came up to me and we started talking. She looked like she could have been in her 70s as well. And she just started saying how unhappy she was. And I said, well, why are you so unhappy? And she looked like she was very wealthy as well. So I said, why are you so unhappy? She says, because I'm so lonely and I feel so ugly and I just feel useless. So, I bless God for putting me in that situation so that I could wake her up and let her realize that her lungs are going in and out. She's breathing in and out. She's not on a walker. She's not in a wheelchair. She is walking to the bus. So I want to tell women to just delete the negative messages that are coming to you every single day because of your age. It's a lie. It's a lie. And that's how I see how I have grown. Just being a lieutenant general on the battlefield of aging. That's how I have been growing. Just to have the self-confidence, the awareness to tell women that it's not over once you reach a certain age, especially if you take care of yourself.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Come on, lady. I'm going to call you lady now because I don't like messing up people's names. Come on and give some feedback concerning what you've heard Pauline say, lady. You have to come off of mute.
Thank you so much, Jackie. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Jackie says she loved it.
Well, while she's unmuting, I have to jump in here right now, Miss Pauline. I gotta jump in. You said something that was so key. You talked about confidence. She talked about confidence. Check this. Confidence is the body shaper of the mind.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
I said confidence is the body shaper. Come on, body. Come on, exercise. It's not of the mind.
That's a
This
good
is
word.
key. Key,
That's
key,
a good
key,
word.
key. That's all I had to say. No, that's not true. One more thing. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. One more
Now
thing.
y'all see why she my co-host too, yeah?
One more thing. And you was talking about the business, and I've been in the industry for 22 years. Well, I modeled for 22 years. I've been coaching for 16 years. I know I look 25, but anyway, let's go. The industry has changed. It was a time when everybody was young, but now it's all inclusive. I have clients from 4 years old to 64 years old. I have people that's looking like $1.5 million before taxes.
I love
60
it.
years old, 70 years old. I'm telling you, you're somebody in the kingdom. Because a lot of them have given up.
High five, my sister. High five.
Yes.
That is my purpose. Don't give up on yourself once you reach a certain age. And I know it's difficult because the army of advertisement and marketing is against us. And Jackie, I'm so happy to see women, you know, of all sizes, of all shapes and all colors that say, oh, no. It's a new day now. It's a new day. But my mission is I want women to have a long, prosperous life.
Yes.
I don't want them to get stuck in a hole because of their age. I don't want that to happen. And in order to meet the objectives that I just put forth, you have to be healthy. You have to be healthy. When I look at the statistics of the obesity rate here in the United States, not only among wiser women who are over 50, but the younger ones as well.
Yes,
The
even children. Even children.
Even children. The obesity rate is off the chart. So,
Pauline, I'm
yeah.
sorry to interrupt. I'm unmuted now. So
Okay. All right.
Do you mind if I interject a few
Yes,
thoughts?
come on, come on.
Please.
Okay. My name is I'm called Lady Nevaeh, and my name is Nevaeh, and I am 76.
Woo!
I had on my 70th birthday, I was in Dubai with a very good coach of mine, is Wendy Alexander. And there were some other women who had gone to Dubai on my, I was celebrating my 70th birthday at that time.
Beautiful.
And then I went to India because I promised myself before on my bucket list that I would see the 7 wonders of the world.
Yes.
So I went to India and I went to the Taj Mahal and learned a lot about that. I was in Africa 2 years after that. I love traveling, and I went with TD Jakes and we built water wells, 15 water wells. And the water wells were for the Maasai village of Africans, and that was in Kenya, Nairobi, Kenya.
Right.
And I plan to go to Europe this year on my 77th birthday.
Praise God.
And I have what I do is, now that I know that I'm worthy, it took me until the age of 69 with studying of the Bible and knowing what I was here for. I have a purpose. We all have a purpose.
Yes.
I had started over 5 years ago. Women, it's never too late.
Hallelujah.
Never.
That is the name. That is the name of my Instagram, Facebook pages. And I am now I had to get out of the lipstick business, which Anita, so lovely. I had started a lipstick business where it was one of the lipsticks that came in that you didn't have to worry about getting it on your clothes or getting it,
Right.
on coffee cups or getting it on your hands, or when you kiss, you didn't get it on him. And it was very successful. But when COVID came in, I had to shut down. So now I'm in doing faith-based clothing and
wonderful.
But
praise God.
I believe that we have been given this those, those of us who don't know, whether you're believers or not, you have an awesome greatness inside of you. You
Amen.
just have to discover that and realize that, and then you'll know your worth, and you have more boldness no matter what age you are.
That's right. Key word is boldness.
Yes.
Boldness.
Yes.
Not take over and run everybody down like a bull in a china cabinet, but boldness to be passionate and effective in being you. Jason said the other day, he said, the greatest skill you have is within your own uniqueness.
Yes.
Your own uniqueness. Come on, Pamela, all the way from Zimbabwe. You exercise every day. Thank you for sharing, Lady Nevaeh. I wrote it down phonetically. I'll get it right now. All right, come on, Pam. I know for a fact you work out daily. Tell us a little bit about when it comes to your health and fitness, and then we're going to go on to Jason. Tell us a little bit about why you do that, because y'all should see her. Listen, Pauline, you would love it.
Okay.
I am in great company. Thank you so much, Anita. I am so having a good time in the great company of these wonderful ladies. I wake up every day and I say, Lord, this is your temple, and I'm going to make sure that I exercise because I want to fulfill God's purpose. And not just that, but I want to be able to be the best version of me. So if I'm going to be the best version of me and be the most effective me in terms of being impactful to the people around me and my sphere of influence, I've got to be in good shape. I've got to be in good health. It's an added benefit when clothes look good on you, y'all, But hey, I just love the motivation that when you look good, when you are fit, you can walk, you're confident. There's something about just being fit and healthy that gives you more purpose and more focus as you face each day in your life. And I'm just so encouraged by these generals who are in their 70s. I turned 50 and I just want to be exactly like them at the age of 70. I'm so encouraged, ladies. I love you all. And I'm soaking in all this wisdom. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Jason, I want you to chime in. Jason is phenomenal in the work that he is doing in Master Your Media. So if you have a business, and let me just put a pin there. If you have a business, you're on the platform, go to the comments on Facebook, put your information in the comments. This will be permanent on my page and on your page, so people know how to reach you. If they need coaching, they know how to reach you. If they need social media support, they know how to reach you. If they need training, and Sharon Magic Jordan is a part of our team for our coaching retreats, you will know how to reach them. Put it in the comments. This is a place where giving gains. That's why we don't charge to come on this platform, because every time we do this, we go from a Zoom call to Zimbabwe, honey. We went from a Zoom call to a full nonprofit where my attorney said, how did you get your paperwork back in 2 weeks? For the federal 501c3. So sister, no, we know what we do in her magic. Let's give the Lord the Queen's wave. Come on. Absolutely. So we have all of these powerhouses, global influence from as far as the Netherlands to Africa, United States. Let me tell you, you want to hang out with us. Come on, Jason, and share with us a little bit about who you are, what you do. But most certainly, we'd like to know, now that you know you're worthy, and we want y'all to keep it very relative and personal so somebody can relate to you.
Yeah.
How have you grown?
For me, I love this question. It's one of those types of questions that I like to ask in the midst of.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, it causes you to dig deep. For me, now that I know that I'm worthy, how have I grown, has been a matter of understanding the power of your own story, the power of your own voice, what your experiences, bring to the table, and also how to embrace those things. I have grown up where I've always been different, You know, I've always seen things a little different. And it used to be a little weird in a sense because people would tell me what it is they had going on, and I'd see their whole big picture, you know, oh, so this is what you've got. And then what that translated into was God showing me how to take a person's idea and then tell them all of the aspects that are embedded in that idea. Tell them the big
Wow.
picture, the big story, and then all of the components that go with that, and then breaking it down into frameworks so that they know how to now take that and run with it. It's like, after talking with me, if you listen, what ends up happening is that you have your whole thing rolled out, and then it's just a matter of you going and implementing on all those things. So what that's happened to do for me is giving me the platform to have a radio broadcast that is now in 59 countries. And we speak to people who's who in their spaces about their success story, what success means to them, and how they walk that out. And so peering into that just from a very curious standpoint, it helps others hear their story through the stories that my guests share. And I think that's probably the most empowering thing, because if you know that somebody else is in there, they have that shared experience, you also know, wait a minute, then it's possible for me too. So for me, it has been in embracing that and saying, I'm not going to try to fit into anybody else's mold anymore. I'm just going to run the lane that God has given me to run in, and then continue to expand.
Raise your hand and come up to speak. Welcome to the room. Hey, Wes. Hey, Nardi. Hey,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Magic, take this over.
Oh, that was really, really powerful, Sir Jason. That was powerful. The story. Everybody's got a story.
Yes.
Every one of us have a story. Oh my God. But what came to mind was what we overcome by what? The words of our what?
Testimony. The blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. Absolutely.
That is so powerful because people want to feel, I'm not the only one going through this. Matter of fact, I went through something similar, but you know what? It took it a notch up because it was even more intense. So if I made it, you can make it. Here's how I did it.
Hallelujah.
That's I felt something right there. If I made it, you can make it too, baby.
Right.
Are you faced with what? Financial crisis? Are you faced with health challenges? Are you faced with mental health? That's me going somewhere else here. I overcame it. Can you sit up and say, you know what? It's not my story, but I've heard other people say, I had to check into an asylum, an insane asylum. Do you know what that's like? I had to go to the psych ward. Do you know what that's like?
Right.
But when I hear people talk about these things, it all goes back to the what? The mindset that we have.
Absolutely.
Projected thoughts, again, projected thoughts. But we can't allow other people's opinions to become our reality.
For real.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Come on, Regina, chime in on that. And Jason, stay in that pocket where Magic has led this over to the mindset where you're not afraid to own your truth, but you don't have to stay there. You see, a lot of people are doing cover-up stories as though nothing's ever happened to them. They've just been Mr. and Mrs. Perfect forever. And it's not the case. It's not the real human experience. But when you can say that you've become aware of your value, your values, you know your value, and you know what you value, it's important that we resonate that, especially in this time where the average Joe can understand that. They can feel the passion. But if you say it in a quiet voice, it is just as effective as if you said it with a big voice. If you said it with a smile, it is just as effective as if you sat there quiet. And someone else might think you're somber, but you're the welcome mat. Right? For a person who would respond to that. I'll say it again, and I want you guys to take it on. The most wonderful place and experience that we can have with you is the place that's filled with joy.
Yeah.
The place that's filled with joy. We don't need to hear all this. We need to be around you and feel The strength, authority, and power of God. For real, for real. Not the cliches, not the buzzwords, but you can be in the fashion industry, you can be in physical fitness, you can be in inspiration, because you know you can be inspired by a painting.
That's right.
But it takes something for your life to be a living letter of recommendation for someone to participate in the joy that you are sharing. And then you get some results that's everlasting. Come on, Regina, share with us.
Good morning, everybody. I'm just over here taking notes and having so much fun with this. I just want to start off with something Sharon. When Sharon said with the emotions, forgive yourself. That really resonated with me because I had to reach that place. And Jason's know the power of your own story.
Yes.
That has been one of the biggest drivers for me, because I, was a childhood survivor of abuse. And then I came into an emotionally abusive marriage. And so I was broken all the way down. I mean, completely down. But it took me having to understand what I had been through and why I had been through and how all of that happened to me, and how I have a powerful voice to share those things to help others who are in it or coming out of it. Mm-hmm. So I'm so enjoying this morning. And I want to say, Jackie, yesterday, what you said touched me, and I really do want to connect with you, when we get the opportunity to do that. Some of the notes I have here, I have learned to become a servant of others. And in becoming a servant of others, I have learned to become a servant of myself.
Wow.
I have learned how to live a life that is suitable to me, not what other people think how I should live, but a life that is suitable, that I desire. And daily, I am trying to implement those things that bring me joy and bring me happiness. I'm learning to address myself in the moment.
Wow.
Pull back. If I'm wrong, if my emotions are off balance.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. You mean you're not writing everything?
No, ma'am.
Oh, no, you mean you're part of the human race, not those other people that are just perfect?
No,
I love it. I love it.
No, ma'am. Pull back. Check yourself. We're so quick to want to check other people. Yeah. But we need to learn how to check ourselves, because sometimes our emotions are so off because of all that we're dealing with. Like this last month, I have been under attack for so many areas of my life that I have had to pull back, because I'm not in a space to really be able to deal with certain things that I don't want to enter something and I'm off. I just don't. I'm not going to do that.
Can you repeat that? That's important. That's important. You said, I have to learn to pull back, because in other words, what Sharon was saying, I know my triggers. I know I can be triggered now. Go deep dive in that one. And anybody that wants to kind of chime in, just raise your hand. You have icons at the bottom of the screen where you'll see where you can do what they call expressions or reactions, and just raise your hand and we're happy to acknowledge you. Regina, go if it's okay to kind of just give us an example, because yes, I know, and you know I am too. Listen, because I can't stand all that other stuff. Tell it.
So, like I said, I went through a lot this month. You and I have discussed some of those things that have happened to me in the last month. And they're things that just don't normally happen to people, but they did. Right. And so I'm learning how to navigate through the challenges that I have and still continue to live my life. Yes. But I also recognize there are certain people and situations that I don't need to interact with while I'm in this raw space. I'm open, I'm raw, and I'm learning how to deal with myself while I'm working through these things. But some people, they come with their negativity and their anger and their own emotional issues, and I'm not going to touch that while I am going through it. So I would
Wow.
just say things like, can I get back to you? Can we talk about this later? I've got some things going on. Let me work through this,
Mhm.
and we'll touch bases later. Because I want to be.
I gotta ask something. Why do we get all frisky when we say that to our guy and he says, let me process it? That's maturity, that's growing.
It
Have you
is.
ever had that situation? And you know, the guy, you'll tell the guy, well, I want to talk about it now. I want to talk about it now. It's important now.
Yes. But I have always been that way. I have always needed to process my own feelings before I can have a deep conversation with somebody. If I'm off, if I'm emotionally off balance, and I feel like I'm going to say something that is going to be like a barbed wire on you, I got to pull back. And I
That
need you
sounds
to
like
allow me the
maturity.
space to do that. I need you
Yes.
to allow me the space to do that, because I don't want to hinder you or myself in the process.
Wow, you need to allow me space and I'm going to allow you space. That sounds like the true expression of communication and feedback. It's
Right.
not discounting. Feedback is not discounting what you're saying.
Or
It's
rejecting.
pulling back to understand what you're saying.
Right. And I'm not rejecting you in the conversation that we need to have. I just want to do it at a time when it is right for me, so that you can hear me minus my anger, my frustration, my sadness, my whatever I might be experiencing too much to enter this conversation.
Now let's flip the paradigm. Let's
Okay.
flip it.
Okay.
Because the healed heart beats much faster than the wounded heart. And just because you're ready doesn't mean someone else can handle your ready.
Right.
Right. Just because you're ready,
right.
If you know what it means to have your heart broken, if you know what it means after you've poured into everyone else, and now you're healed, you're ready, let's roar. And your roar could run somebody back into a cave.
Yes. Yes.
Know when they're ready for you're ready.
Yes. Let them tell you. And not just tell you, but you watch.
Queen's wave on that one, y'all. Come on, give us a king's wave, queen's wave. Sorry. I can't stand them girlfriends that just want you to be ready when they ready. I ain't ready.
And the person's posture and their demeanor will let you know when they're ready, because if their lips are twisted to the side, it's not time to have that conversation.
That's right. Because communication is what? Three things. It's your words, it's your tone, and it's your body language. And until you're willing to hear all of the languages and master the media that they are presenting you, master it by not trying to control it.
We don't need to control anybody. We struggle to control ourselves, so we know we can't control another person.
So true. So true.
Come on, Pauline, you got something in there. I can feel it. Say something there, right there. That's your point.
First of all, I just want to say thank you, Regina, for being so raw and so open with us. What a gift you have given us this morning. Thank you. Thank you. And I just bless you. And I'm just so, and I'm not blowing smoke up in your behind, but I'm just so honored to be in your presence, because what you have gone through is not easy. And many people who have gone through that are not here to talk about it today.
Not
so
here.
The thing
I'll
that I have
speak
to
for
say
them.
is that I honor your gift. I honor your presence. Anita, thank you for organizing this. Thank you, Anita.
Yes.
This is something, this is what we're inspired to do. IBH Sister Sounds World is dedicated to inspire millions of individuals to take action concerning self-care, spirit, soul, and body, and in that order.
Anita, please forgive me. This is so necessary now, because the anxiety levels, the issues of anxiety and depression are off the chart. And why are they so high? Because people don't have anybody to talk to. They don't have anybody to relate to. And I think that this is the best time to be alive, and it has its opposite version as well. You know,
Yes.
we can
Yes.
share with one another. We're open to share our experiences with one another. And this is so beautiful. It's beautiful.
I'm so excited that as IBH Sister Sounds grows, and then we're going to hear from some other people, we're committed to have those coaching retreats. Sharon Magic Jordan is our creative director, as well as facilitator for Command the Room. We're starting with educators first, starting with our educators. They are in a terror-ridden zone being in the school, and we've got to empower them, inspire them, and help to refresh them so they can come aside in a position, in a posture where they are familiar, not just all of the big conferences where you're there and you're taking notes, but we're actually getting the notes off of your heart, getting the weight off of your mind. That's what we're committed to do. We also are committed to serve domestically with those coaching retreats. We're starting with educators, military women who are chief and things of that nature, but also we're serving women who want personal development under the guise of Build It Beyond, of course, but it's called Give Me My Touch Back. Give me my touch back. So you can command the room. You can understand how to live past the last limitation through alimony life. Some of the people on stage here are going to be with us. Jason, you know I ain't letting you go because this nonprofit needs you. And Pauline, we welcome you as a facilitator for what you do to inspire and leave. Here's the difference. Leave an imprint upon people's thinking. That's important to us. You can inspire with a picture, but if you change their mind, you will change their choices. And so we want to offer that. Come on, Sharon, because I know it's bubbling down on the inside. I know it is. I can feel you.
Well, I'm going to pull it back just a little bit. When we went back to Pam and who else was speaking about purpose. They were speaking about purpose. They were speaking about purpose. And I've learned once you find, it was lady. Once you find your purpose, you found your wealth. Once you found your purpose, then you found your wealth.
Yes.
Oh my God, the praise goes right there. I'm telling you, I had to. Purpose, worthiness, wealth. I tell the people that I'm working for, you can't put enough zeros on my check. It's not about money. It's how do you feel? What's the wealth on the inside of you? It's priceless.
Amen. Amen.
Can't put a price on what I carry. I carry the glory. You don't have enough money for the glory.
Hallelujah.
You don't have enough money for the glory. But what I can do is spread the glory. Let me just move on to Regina. Regina. All of that was necessary. And when somebody else just said it was necessary. That was necessary. And I heard the scripture that your tongue is the pen of the ready writer. When you began to speak about your experience, yes, Jason, your story, it would change the trajectory of lives.
Absolutely.
Globally, because somebody is going to resonate with somebody. I felt you all the way through here.
Yeah.
At times you're going to have to do what's called a holy hush. Shut it down. A holy hush.
He said it.
Shut it down.
He said it.
Shut it down. Shut it down. I feel like Kenny Rogers now. You got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them.
Know when to fold.
Walk away.
Walk away. Know when to run.
You gotta know.
Especially, wait a minute, and especially know when to run.
Yes.
There's no shame in getting out of the fight. You don't have to fight all the time.
For real.
No, you don't.
Silence cannot be misquoted.
That's a good word right there. That's a good word
Yeah.
right
So
there.
that thing is
If
powerful.
you be quiet, God can speak. If you be quiet, and let me make it real practical. When I'm quiet, he will raise up a Jackie Breeden to speak. When I'm quiet, he will cause Regina yesterday to say, but you know what? Let's give you your flowers a little bit while you live. If you be quiet, someone else will speak for you. There are times you will run, and then there will be times that God will hide you. Stop coming out of hiding prematurely. You are worth the wait. Luxury takes time. Elegance takes time. You don't rush and do it. It's not a fast food situation for you, especially you and you. You are worth the wait. Wait for you. Come on, Sharon. I'm sorry, I had to jump in there though, but go ahead.
No. It's good. She said one other thing too. She said, address myself in the moment. Anybody ever heard of Michael Jackson? He had a song called Man in the Mirror.
I'm in a meeting. What do I do? I'm in a meeting.
You got to start with yourself. You got to take a look at yourself and make that change, not others. I'm starting with the Sharon in the mirror. Me, I'm looking at myself first. Am I making any sense to anybody besides
Absolutely,
myself? Am I making
absolutely.
any sense? So once I get me kind of somewhat in order, then I will be effective. I will leave the imprint, not just an impact on
That's
the
right.
lives of others. Because the impact could knock the wind out of them, but the imprint will stay right on that heart.
Amen.
Mhm, mhm.
It'll stay on the heart. You want to cut to the heart, get to the root.
You know what that reminds me of, Sharon? You know, sometimes people will sign with their name with an ink pen, and there's some things you take a stamp and it's got a signature on it. It's got an insignia on it, and it leaves an imprint. It leaves a mark that's not easily removed because it goes down deep and leaves certain grooves and texture there so that even if something else comes over it, it shines through it. You can put dust on it and you can blow the dust off, or chalk, and you'll still see it. You want to live your life in such a way that if you never said a word and they just followed the way you walk, they would know there's something about that woman, Pauline. There's something about Sharice. There's something about Pam. There's something about Diane. How in the world could she come up, Sharon, with, you saw the shirt, with White Shirt Society? In a time where we would love to have a shirt that's that luxurious. One idea, if you keep quiet, and what did you say earlier? Meditate?
Meditate.
Mull over, and its expanded meaning means to be aware.
That's all. That's all.
To be aware. I am
It's powerful.
aware that my hand is lifted. I'm aware that it's no longer lifted. So you take that one thing, that one idea that you have about yourself, because we're not talking about what we do, we're talking about who we are. You take that one idea that you want to nurture, you want to curate, you want to cultivate, you want to make sure there's no weeds in your garden. You got flowers everywhere, but in relationship, it's not growing. You've got flowers everywhere, but in finances, it's not growing. You can talk about everything, but when it comes to getting down to the transparency, like what Regina is saying, address yourself. There's weeds growing in the garden. You want to have such a resonance within yourself that you're willing to allow truth to supersede your idea of who you are, so you can be, and I'll say it again, and then I want to definitely get some more people on, being who God created you to be will drive away the trash and forfeit the counterfeit. I'll say it one more time, slowly. Being who God created Jackie to be will drive away the counterfeit, Jackie. It'll drive away the trash and forfeit the counterfeit. It'll drive away the stinking thinking, forfeit all counterfeits so that the authentic you can come forth. You are worth the wait. Go ahead, Sharon, pick it up.
Just make sure that it is authentic, everyone. Make sure it is authentic, it's real, It's truth, because you cannot allow your truth to become a trap.
Now that's good.
Oh
Don't
my
allow
God.
your truth. Just make sure that thing is authentic, that it's real, that it's 100, 150, because you can allow your truth to become a trap. Help me, somebody in this room. Been there. I had to get out of my own head, my own thoughts. Religion, rituals, culture. My mama them, Pookie them, everybody them. Don't allow
Yes.
your truth to become a trap. Another
That
thing,
is powerful.
back to Regina. Don't allow people's trauma to cause you drama. And that's what happens a lot of times. The trauma of others causes drama in your life.
That's so true. That's so true. Because Regina, you are a good person. And people like you, you're like a fire that moths come to. They see your energy. They want to plug into your strength. And because your heart is so good, you take it in. Come on, I can help you. Come on, I can talk to you. I can do. You see how beautiful this thing is? I just met you a couple of minutes ago, and I feel your spirit, Regina. And you too, my beautiful Sharon, and you too, my beautiful Jason, and you too, my beautiful Pamela, and everybody who's on this. Because
that sounds like the sound of love, huh, Sharon?
It does. It is
That's
love.
what we call it here. IBH Sister Sounds, the sound of love. That comes from here. Yeah, it's the sound of love. I've got to move us along a little bit. Jason, I want to hear from you again, sir. We certainly miss Brother Charles. He had a funeral to go to, but we want to give you free room to share from your perspective, because we all are human, but men are not women, and women are not men. And so we want to hear from your perspective. And then if you're in the audience, Diane, I know that you're not going to come live, but you should come off of mute and share with us. Now that you know you're worthy, how have you changed? How have you not changed, grown? Go on, Jason, and then Diane, come on after Jason.
Well, I am loving every syllable that's been shared on this station. I mean, when you talked about processing, and when you talked about stepping away, and it is so important, because, you know, what was that Sharon said? Don't let somebody else's trauma become your drama.
Yeah.
It's so easy to do that. And so we have to, you know, make sure that we don't take our trauma and turn it into somebody's drama as well. So,
wow.
You know, I love the all-encompassing perspective of this conversation. It's just amazing. I think also one of the main things, the word that stands out to me, is trust.
Wow. Yes, sir.
We get to that point where we trust that what God has placed in us, who God has made us to be, not only is it valuable, but it is worth pursuing. We spend so much time pursuing everybody else's agenda, and we have not taken time to dive into what gold God has buried in our yard. And so when we do that and we say, you know what, I was valuable enough for him to bring me this side of life.
Hallelujah.
Valuable enough to explore and really tap into who I am. So now, Father, show me me.
Yes.
And show me my place and purpose in this world so that I can run that race. So love everything that's happened here. Thank you for the invite.
Oh, you're certainly welcome. Come on, Diane, and share with us, now that you know you are worthy, how have you changed? Why do I keep saying that? I'm gonna leave it there then. How have you changed? Because I know what we said, but it keeps coming that way for you. How have you changed, dear?
Hello, everyone. I'm glad to be here. I'll do it. Knowing that I'm worthy, how did I change? But first of all, it's understanding the word worthy and then being. I went from knowing to being worthy. Knowing is understanding something, being is subconsciously becoming that something. So I had to know, I had to get it that way. I think about a time when I was 14 children, teenager. I had my first hip replacement thing. And I walked around before that for about a year and a half with broken bones. We didn't know it. And so once I got that done, the pain, I'm trying to get to the pain, something I was wanting to absorb all the pain.
Diane, your audio is echoing. Not too sure why. Do you have a device on that as well as a laptop? If so, you'd have to put one of them on mute.
Okay.
While she's, are you there with us, dear?
Yes.
Okay, let's try it again because we really want to hear your voice.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
That's good. Good to be clear. Knowing something is understanding something. And I have to be that something. So I had to subconsciously become that understanding of knowing. There were times I was talking about when I was a young woman and a young lady, about 13, I had my first hip surgery then. I had walked around for about a year and a half with broken bones inside of me. And what that caused me to do was take pain, endure pain. So all the pain, it was like if I didn't feel that, if I didn't feel that weight of something, pain, it wasn't true, it wasn't real. You know, it was just pain all the time. And so what happened to me was that if it wasn't painful, if it wasn't heavy, if it wasn't this, it didn't mean anything. It wasn't true, it wasn't real. And even love. I watched my mom, she was a roller coaster. So if it wasn't a roller coaster, it wasn't love. If it wasn't up and down and in and out, it wasn't love. So everything around me was to capture and endure and hold pain inside of me. And it took a long time to get rid of that knowing and to know who I am and to be who I am. And I'm still working on it daily. Daily. Me and Anita had helped me with something the other day, daily. And so I want to thank you, Anita, because you're like a surgeon with a skilled scalpel. You can get in there, you can cut that, help us get to the point of everything that we need to do. And me and Anita have known each other for a long time. And I'm just glad to be a part of this, Sharon. I'm glad to see you, this awesome, beautiful. There's some fine ladies on here, so that's the good thing.
And handsome gentlemen.
Handsome gentlemen, we ain't gonna let you go. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about just being here and the knowing. It takes a minute, and it's conscious. It's constant. It's a constant thing. It's a constant renewing. It's a constant understanding. And so when my life changed after having a lot more operations, then I couldn't wear heels anymore. Oh my God. It was a, oh my God. I'm still traumatized.
You're still in withdrawal.
Yeah. And then my body changed. And so I went shopping and to find clothes because I put some weight on and I couldn't find anything that I used to wear. Everything was like moo-moos. It was just horrible. I was like, do they expect us to wear these things? So I decided to come up with a project and one piece, and called the white shirt. The white shirt, first of all, white shirts, everybody wants one. Everybody needs one. It's part of your wardrobe. It's one of the classic staples of a wardrobe.
Classic.
And if you got a bad white shirt, it's good. So this shirt I took and I thought about everything I liked. I made the collar triple interfaced and the cuffs a certain way. And we didn't want the fabrics to wrinkle. And so we created it for women whose bodies have changed, who's over 40, 50. I say, well, I'm 62, so 50, 60. But I wanted to make it because it would be the start of a whole line, but it was the most important piece I owned in my wardrobe. And you could wear it with anything. And so that's how the white ends up. And once we get everything done, we still got some working on the prototype now. We still got some things to work out. But once we do that, we're going to open up pre-selling, and then we're going to close it down because it's an exclusive shirt. We're not going to do it. Sometimes we might.
And I got the first one.
She has the first one. And did you see her gorgeous picture of it? Oh
Yes.
my God, she looks gorgeous.
Beautiful.
I could not have prayed and asked for anything better than her putting that shirt on. So I thank you for that, Anita.
Oh,
We're
you're
working on it,
welcome.
and hopefully we'll have something soon for you guys to pre-order. I'm excited. It's been a
And
long
you
journey.
should be.
The journey's been long enough. Coming into the
Yes.
fashion industry as a designer at 62 is a whole nother animal. It's a whole nother animal, but you have to persevere. And so my knowing had to go to being. I had to become her. I had to be that.
Thank you.
Had to be,
Thank you. Thank you so much. I want to ask you all to hold on just a minute. We want Joy, who is the founder of the Center for Total Transformation, to come live if you're able. Joy, I know that you're way in Florida and you may not be able to, but if you can for just a minute and share what's taking place. This woman has created her own almost United Nations in Zimbabwe, and the work that she has done. Our hearts were smitten when I went to Zimbabwe. We now are a full 100% co-sponsor for educators. Their educators 10 of them earn $150 a month to live on. That's taking care of everything, guys. $150, you can spend that at a restaurant with just 2 people. And we are committed to bring it up to $400 a month. Now, somebody may say, that's not that much, but to them, it really, really is. We're looking to build 2 and 3 bedroom homes that range from $700 per home to $1,500, but we want running water and a shower. And yes, we're going to come back on our lunch and learns, and we're going to tag all y'all, because we really want people to know that by giving, and every dime, every dollar is going directly to the Center for Total Transformation. All you have to do is make the commitment. You don't have to make it alone. If you have a business, ask your clients to join in with you, and for a whole year, let's pay for those salaries. And then let's get the cafeteria that has the walls but no windows, that has the ceiling but no doors, the kitchen where the women, and they can cook. Let me tell you, these women can cook. Oh my God. I was like, I'm healthier here than I've ever been. But they're using wood burners, and those wood burners create upper respiratory infection. So we want to have the electric stoves. It doesn't cost nearly as much as you would think. And as well, the uniforms and the fees. We want 2 uniforms, all of the toiletries, everything that it takes for a student to go through, over 600 students. And that's what we want to focus on for the next 2 years. And then we want the sponsorship for 2 years. In Sister Sounds, we are giving by asking you to help us give, because trust me when I say, I know Jason knows this, when we can show what we were able to do to influence others, I can walk in any corporate office and say, now I want to serve domestically, because those dollars are going to feed what we want to do internationally. That's a win-win. That's a win-win. And so whatever you give, if you are a stylist or you're in the beauty industry, we want you to do your research and get with us. Go straight to IBH Sister Sounds World, the Africa Project, click on it, and you can start giving today. It goes straight to them. But also sign up and tell us what you want to do so that you can partner with us. No Lone Rangers. I want to say it again. This is my area. No Lone Rangers. Let me do this. No Lone Rangers. You feel me? This is that 65, 66 eye that your mama used to give you. If you do it, you're on your own. We will disavow and annul ourselves from you. We know that we don't know who they is. We want to do it with one voice. The reason is because we're stronger with one voice. It is a lie that we can't do it together, and we intend to prove that. So we're giving so that others can gain domestically. And then when we begin those coaching retreats and we're traveling with that Build It Beyond campaign, you're going to meet Sharon Magic Jordan. You're going to meet Regina Higher Math. You're going to meet Diane. Hopefully, prayerfully, you're going to meet Pauline, and you're going to meet Jason, and you can meet Lady Nevaeh. Did I get it right? Yes. Oh, thank you, Jesus. And you're going to meet Pamela. We want to take the Build It Beyond campaign. It's there already in Zimbabwe, but we want to take Give Me My Touch back for the women there. And when I go back this time, I'm going to be speaking to the men at the United Nations. I spoke to the women last year with A Man Must Have a Voice. And Jason, that's what I was wanted to talk to you about, privately, to help us build that out, because this is the time where it says that a woman shall compass a man, not in what she says, but what she can hear. I'll say it again, not in what she says, but what she's willing to hear. And step back and give him space to be heard and understood. If you believe that, let me get the Queen's way. Let me get the Queen's way.
Beautiful.
All
right. Please forgive me, Anita. I have to sign off because I have another appointment that I have to get ready for. This has been a blessing, an honor, and a privilege.
Thank you so much.
Lady Nave, you are in my prayers, and I've already claimed the victory for that surgery. So it's A-okay. Yes. My sisters, you are my sisters, and I love you, and I bless God for putting you in my life right now. I really do. Jason, all the best to you. Take good care. I love you, ladies.
We love you, and thank you so much.
Okay, my darling. Take
Joy,
care now.
if you are there, please come off of mute. And once Joy is completed, we are going to wrap up, thanking everyone for coming. But Joy, we want to hear from you. And all of us may have to go on mute so we don't have that background noise.
Hello, Anita. Hi.
Yes, ma'am. Take it away. You can share who you are and what CTT, how it all came about.
Okay, can you hear me now?
We can hear you very well.
Okay. All right. Let me first of all say that I've been so blessed listening to the generals, and I've taken 2 pages of notes nonstop. It's been so inspiring. And, I'm just so inspired. I'm just so rejuvenated. And all along, when people were talking, when all these women were talking, I was thinking of our own women, our own grassroots women in Zimbabwe, the people that I work with. I'm a grassroots person. So anyway, let me just say a little bit about how it all started. It started as a hobby, not knowing that that was God's purpose for my life. So I started 23 years ago when I was visiting Zimbabwe. I'd lived in this country for a long time, and I was visiting home. And I was just entertaining 20 orphans at my own house every weekend, feeding them and playing with them. And then little did I know that they went and told others, and others told others. And the numbers grew from 20 to 600. So right now we are taking care of 600 plus children. And we are also taking care of the women. We are dealing with highly traumatized, extremely traumatized women in Zimbabwe. And that picture doesn't represent Zimbabwe only, but that's for Africa, that's for other countries. Women are extremely traumatized by different social issues, health issues, economical issues. So we are trying by all means to meet their needs, helping them to help themselves. With the children, we feed them. They come to the Center for Total Transformation, which is a physical center with makeshift structures, makeshift facilities for school and for feeding. And what's the most important thing for these children is education. They want to go to school. They may lack food, but they really want to go to school. And that's what we are taking care of. When I first started, I used to pay school fees in different schools for children, but it wasn't meeting the needs of a lot of children. So we decided to start a school at the center which is educating 600 children every year for the past 23 years.
Wow.
So this is what we are faced with. And $600 children is nothing compared to the millions and millions of orphans and vulnerable children around Zimbabwe and around Africa who are sitting at home getting abused, because when a child is not going to school and is not leaving home, they are susceptible to a lot of sexual abuse, a lot of emotional abuse, you name it. So those are the children we are dealing with. Those are the women we are dealing with a lot of domestic violence issues. The stories are horrific. And, besides helping with that, Anita, when I hear what women have been talking about this afternoon, oh gosh, there are no limits. We need to take this to the grassroots communities and help those.
We are coming. Trust me, Sister Sounds is coming.
So I thank you. And I am here in the States against my will. I'm here so that I can support this work in Zimbabwe. I
want to make that crystal clear what that means. This is what that looks like. Joy is working here, sending the money there. We want to get her back home. The founder needs to be in Zimbabwe. The way we can help that happen is to defer those costs. Let's pay for those salaries. Sharon and I have been talking about a clothing drive. I almost fainted in all that sun. And I saw the ladies, Regina had on heavier clothing and it was so hot. And I was like, I'm calling my sisters and we're going to send some linen and some lightweight cottons, the professional business suits that are for summer and for spring. We love them. I thank God for them. The most gracious women in the world were in Zimbabwe, honey. I'm talking about, it didn't matter. When someone said, tell Miss Anita about your struggle, I said, I don't need her to tell me, I can see that, but I'm blown away by her graciousness. I'm blown away. I'm walking into her house, sitting on one of two chairs, and she goes, hey. And I went, hey, I was like, who is this woman? I love you. And left with no clothes. I was like, give them to her. She can have them. Because I saw the impoverishedness of the United States. I saw the poverty in us, in me, when I saw the richness of strength and resiliency and pride and ethics and passion, and I ain't gonna let go. I'm gonna be blessed. Not if God bless me, God will bless me. And trust me when I tell you this, God's eye is on Zimbabwe. Watch what I'm telling you. God's eye, God loves Zimbabwe. The power of God is like nothing you've ever experienced in Zimbabwe. Go wherever you wanna go. But God is in Zimbabwe. And I'm honored that we can serve, because Zimbabwe was the breadbasket of Africa, but it shall feed the nations. You can write that down. It shall feed the nations. And so we need to do this. Sometimes when you give, Pam, when you give Joy, when you give Jason, it's because you need to do it. You see, you need to be blessed. And the way you're blessed is to go in those closets. We're going to partner with Joy, partner with Pamela, partner with Pam Fadi. We're going to partner with all of our sisters there and our brothers there and say, how do we have it over here and ship it over there? What does it take? Have one central place where we can start sending beautiful clothing, and where some is given, we're going to figure out how to do a business, Jason, have a resale store and let all the beautiful people come and buy, and it's going to help and go directly to the Center for Total Transformation. Ain't nobody playing. I'm gonna say it just like this. Ain't nobody playing. We will build buildings. We will build schools. We will have a compound and a coaching retreat and training center there. So when you come after giving, you'll have some place to stay. How about that? Oh, it's going to happen. If we can go from a Zoom call to Zimbabwe and a nonprofit in less than a year, trust me when I tell you, God favors IBH Sister Sounds. We will build it beyond. Now, I want to pull it on in, Sharon. You should have did like this so I could pull mine in. My daughter, my daughter from another mother is on here, and I want you all to meet her. Come on, Sharice, and say hello, and as well, and knowing, and then we are going to wrap up, knowing that you are worthy. How have you grown?
I have grown tremendously in the last couple of years. How God put Anita in my life is only something God can do. And to bring it back full circle years later, I don't want to share in detail. I don't know if I don't mind, but I
don't have a problem, honey. Somebody's going to be blessed to know that. Somebody said that. Sharon said it was necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Sharon said it was necessary. So God had to strike me to get to you. I'm good with it. Go ahead.
Okay. Originally my parents were married, had a ministry that touched many people all over. My parents divorced, and my dad remarried, and he remarried Anita. She's technically, because I still call her my mom. Okay, I don't care what happened, she's still my mom. But it did not work out. God brings things hidden in the dark and brings them to the light. And I thank God that even though the marriage wasn't successful, not for my mom, not for Anita, not for, God's plan was not for that at all. I feel like God put my dad in Anita's life, to put Anita in my life, to touch me, to touch my mom, my sisters. I mean, we are more family. Anita's more my family than, the relationship I have with my father. But it's a beautiful thing, because not only is there love there and relationship that we did not have until some years later, we were able to connect, and she was able to see my business aptitude then. And it's so unfortunate that things fell apart, because we were so in sync with how we could make things work. And then later in life, I have this job that I have now, and I've been praying for a mentor. And I tried some different things, they didn't work out. And Anita had happened to post this beautiful picture of herself, and I think there was like an affirmation. And I just reached out and I said, hey, I don't know if this would be weird, but I was sort of thinking maybe could you be my mentor? Because where I am in my job. And when I was talking
and
her,
your mom said, call your other mom.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Now,
She
who
said,
ever heard of that?
Yes.
Her mama said,
No,
call
she
your
says it all
other.
the time.
I know, right?
She says, have you talked to your other mom about this? I have my business performance review today for the year. And I said, I just need to see Anita and I'm good. But because when I talked to her initially, I'm meek, I'm sad, I'm shameful, I'm looking at things that everything is my fault. And when I'm talking to her, she's like, you didn't even say anything about yourself. You talking about other people and other places. What about you? What are you doing? What are you doing for Sharice? I didn't hear anything about Sharice in that statement at all. You're trying to save the world, but you need to save yourself. Focus inward, and then the type of way I say things or trying to reword it, because I would be putting myself down and trying to ask for a raise, and just even talking to her and realizing my worth beyond money. My first raise at my job was 10 grand. First raise ever. They just gave me $10,000. And then they bonused me another 6,000 the next month. And I'm just like shocked. And
You're worth it.
My language changed once I started to see how God sees me, the royalty that I am, the kingdom that's inside me, the way that I speak to people, that you can do ministry in different ways, in many forms. It does not have to be in a church. It doesn't have to be, in service. It could be in your manner, how you serve others, how you speak to others. But me just changing the way that I talked and the way that I viewed myself. She even said the way I decorated my home, and I'll have to tell her, I can't, it looks like I'm in Hawaii. I have affirmations all over my room. When I wake up, the first thing I see is, you're a boss lady, you're brave, you're brilliant. She remembered who she was, and she changed the game. I didn't have the game change me. I don't have anything like that. It was the kingdom inside me. So once my language changed, then these people realize she realizes her worth. So we need to give her what she's worth.
Wow.
So,
you're going to come back. You're going to come back. One of the things that was dear to my heart is that when we have our coaching retreat, our very first coaching retreat, I want you, your twin, and your mom, and all the grandbabies, to come, because somebody needs to know that after divorce, we were married, and in 7 weeks, he walked out. He just walked out, just walked out. And it was the most devastating, tormenting time of my life. At 56 years old, never married, there's no words. I still don't have the words to capture. But when I look at the relationship that we have, there's no it's like there's no marks. There are no scars. There was no wound.
That's right.
Because this is so rich and it's supernatural.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some of y'all are running from the darkness, and on the inside of that darkness is your light waiting to shine for something supernatural to happen in somebody's life.
That's right.
Don't be afraid of the darkness. It doesn't mean evil. It means ignorance. You don't know till you get there what God has in store for you. And with that, we'll stop, because now I feel my hip coming.
I know. I heard your voice drop. That's when she goes.
Listen, I was like, it's coming. But I want to thank everyone. Joy, we are giving. I will be giving, definitely ongoing. Again, please go to www.IBH, that's I, B as in boy, H as in Harry, sistersounds.world. You can go and please sign up so that we know where you are, who you are, and then look for the IBH Africa Project, IBH Africa Project, and you'll be able to see what they're doing. And the first phase, this is our first phase, it's going to get gooder. Don't worry. We're starting with what we have. It will get gooder, and it's going to be better until it becomes best. Some of y'all need to start with what you have, and that's going to be an example to you. Call a neighbor, call a friend, call your enemy. They don't expect the call, and let them know that we want givers gain, because we're coming through and we're going all over this United States. We're going to Zimbabwe. We're going to Africa as well. Sharon, my sister, thank you. I love you so much. Jason, my brother, put me on your calendar, because we got such a long conversation concerning what we're doing. Again, Joy, we love you and salute you. Diane, congratulations. Alimony Life, I'm off this week, so you're gonna get a couple of articles for Alimony Life. Make sure everybody at Nevaeh, please, I know you put it in this chat, but I want you to go online, Facebook, put it in the comments, guys. Everything about what you're doing, the image strategist, you can hire Sharon Magic Jordan to be your image strategist, okay? And that means she's going to teach you how to command the room. But if you come to the coaching retreat, you're going to get all of us. All right. Jackie, we love you. And I know that one of my dear, I don't know what to call you yet. I want to call her daughter, a new daughter, is in with Wells Fargo, and she is on the line. And we're so happy, so very, very, very happy to have her there. I want to say this to you, and always remember this: continue to live according to the rhythm of God's grace towards you. And we will see you tomorrow at noon sharp, okay? Eastern Standard Time. God bless you and take good care. Nevaeh, we're going to pray for you, Sharon. Hold on for a minute because we want to pray for her. I'm going to take this off. Recording stopped, and that way it will.
Okay, give me 2 seconds, 2
Yes.
seconds. I'll be right back. I'll be
All
right back.
righty.
I'll be right back.
And let's do this, and we'll see you guys later.
This was awesome.